Njaberengo terera ddala akusuusa atayongera okubanga akuwa n'obulamu obulungi namwe bannayuganda bwe tugobera mbebaza okuba nti mutuyokumirako ne mutugobera ne mwagala okuba nti mutulingira essaawa zonna nga mugamba nti muli luddawa twagala okuba ntuwuliza analysis wamu n'okutematema ensonga omukulu z'abeera nga akoonako nakuba tugenda batutunuulira ensonga eziwerako era nga ngenda kuba mbajjukiza nti nga mujjukirako mabegako awa pulezidenti yavaayo n'aba nga agenze Tanzania ne baba nga batuula ne mukulu munne okuba nga pipeline project etandika olunaku olwaleero project eyo egenda kuba nga etongoze era egenda kuba nga eggulwawo kuba nti netandika okubanga enyinyiitira wamu n'okubanga twalabyeko nkinyi zabaddewo omukulu yavudde n'abanga yakoze enkyukakyuka IGP yatuwadde deputy IGP omupya twalabyeko Abel Kandiho nga alina gy'alaze ne bamuli places okuva mu CMI twalabyeko kano Edith Nakalema naye nga avuddewo bataddewo omulala binyo Grace Akulo naye bataddewo omulala bingi bigenda okuba tutunulira wamu n'okuba NRM ya celebrating emyaka 36 ngeri mu bukulembeze naye nga bangi bakaaba twalabyeko ono omukyala Catherine Kusasira advisor president Mulamba nga ayogera bingi era nga akolimira NRM agamba nti yamusuula mulemeseza okuba nti abako ne byakola eno enkola eyo NRM simanyi lwaki bulomu bwato waka bane mukunavune wano kaseera abeera agamba NRM wamu n'okubanga NUP yagenda tegenda kubanga pesa n'omutemu kubanga abadde ebibadde bitingana omukulu Abedi Bwanika Honorable Mulamba yavudde n'agamba nti abaana bali mu makomera bangi bakyadaga abazadde bakaba amaziga kati kiyinza okuba ntikikolebwa kwe kuba nti nno abazadde ba NUP etule wansi ne gavumenti etulamula kuno babeere nga basobola kuba nti naye twabalekerayo topic luli eri nga tugenda naku olwokubintu bagamba tugenda batudda tutunulire ani best chance okuba nti nno ani ayinza okuba nti asikira President Museveni ne tuba nga tufuna emirembe mu ggwanga Uganda peaceful transition between Bobi Wine Kyagulanyi Robert wamu n'omukulu Muhoozi Kainerugaba atugenda batutunulirayo naye kasooke n'okuba nti nno tandika ne pipeline project omukunavu.
Yes.
Katutandike n'ensonga y'amafuta.
Anti kakati mu problem gye muyina nti ekintu mukitunuulira bagamba nti omwana bw'omubala nti amala emyezi 9 oba 10 mu lubuto lwa nnyina. You must add on the courtship. Was she raped? Or there was courtship? Bamala bbanga ki? Kati abantu bonna ba commentators aba Uganda when they talk about nti oil batunuulira kino. They don't look what the courtship. That's why they make mistakes.
Yes.
Oil was discovered by the British. That's why Abaganda balwanira amasaza g'ebunyolo galema okuddayo. Why? Baba lowoozesa nti mu masaza omwo mwe muli ki?
Mwe muli oil.
Mwe muli oil.
Okay.
Which means the Bazungu knew this oil. Amin tried, but the Arabs gave him. Omanyi bino byonna bitukola biri determined in Europe.
Ebisazo bitutambulirako.
Yes.
Okay.
Biri determined in Europe. Nti when should we allow this technology to percolate? What if this government touches money, oil money? Will it benefit the peasants oba just kuzijalabizamu? Muyinza n'okusima amafuta ne bagabrandinga blood oil ne mutagatunga. And you have come at a time when developed countries are doing away with the oil. They are going to solar energy.
Solar energy, okay.
Green energy. The largest buyer of Saudi oil is China, not USA.
China is not going to Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Okay.
Not USA.
Not USA.
Because balowooza mu mmotoka za solar.
Bakyuka kati bava ku oil bagenda ku ki?
The future source of energy is going to be the sun.
The sun.
Because it's constant. Buli omu agiregako given your technology. 2, look what the process of this oil. The president was praising a Munyolo man called Sajja bamuyitaani. Nagendako newe n'enkyalayo nga bamugobye mu energy. Bamuyitaani. I remember the name, I cannot forget the man. Omusajja oyo Museveni yamuwaananyinga nnyo. This is the group of Ugandans who discovered this oil. Kakati He's a Munyoro man. He was a former permanent secretary. I even visited his home, hosted me at his home.
At his home.
And he was spitting fire, having been used the man, every time Museveni mentioned the oil, was mentioned this man's name.
Okay.
The former permanent secretary of energy. Negobaletamu obulenzi obwo bumwenda bane bumujjamu bamujjamu Victoria University ne bumuleeta ne bumukozesa ne bukanyuga ebweru naye ala bukubye ebbalayimu budduka buddusi bali bubetentera wano emitwe egyo egizonga ku bantu kakati ne tujjamu oyiro ng'atambula ne baga pipeline eraga Nairobi tejagenda Nairobi egenze Dar es Salaam netufuna because there are many factors which many people don't understand about oil. Fortunately for me, I invest. Tirina mutabani wange yasoma oil.
Okay.
Amumanyi. When they talked about oil, I invested in one of my sons.
Agenda some amafuta ago.
Kakati, many people don't know, and I wrote this book, The Oil Curse. Almost 15 years ago. Okay. If not 20. The oil curse.
Oil curse.
Oil is a curse.
Chikolimo.
If not properly handled.
Insuna zone zilimu mafuta zonto benga zitabanguse zilimu entalo abantu mafuta bagenda nayo tebakaba obwavu.
In fact,
obuyitiridde.
You found a smart man, Museveni.
How smart is he?
Bwe bazuula oil baamugamba te oil ali mu Uganda mutono nnyo. Oil ali Congo. Why don't you talk to Congo? We can arrange a meeting with the Kabila led by South Africa. Museveni told them, if on my side there is no oil, stop it. I'm not involved myself in
negotiations.
Yali amanyi. Tibamulimba bagala kulya sente.
Twogeraganya kuki?
Kuki.
Banga mungambye wange teri.
Ne bagenda. Ne bagamba Museveni wategedde oyiro yenna ali contaminated with the poisonous gas. The moment you start exploiting it, people will die. Museveni picked a bottle n'agenda e Mosiko ne bamukebera ne bamugamba nti wowe mulungi nnyo kubanga wa vegetation si wa fossils za animals. Baagala kumukola ki?
Baagala kumubba.
We had skirmishes along with the border with the Congo, engineered by who? Museveni trained special forces to protect that area. At one time, appointed the Anala DC in the charge of Albert area. Bagala college. Bagala. Oli buno obufere bwo by'omusajja oyo. Sajja, they have forgotten the name, but who is the former permanent secretary, Minister of Energy. People said nga bebagamba twasooka nani companies zitunda bwe zigenda. Why? Museveni insisted on the refinery. I remember the president was addressing a summit. A summit is a meeting for heads of state and announced in Arusha, Uganda has discovered the East African oil. Kenya exports oil before us.
President aina mwali
obusuma n'obujo babba n'evvu mu kyoto buli kakati ababbi bonna bagenda gende. When you go to Bunyoro baga nti bataddewo training abanyolo bali mu ya oil. Enzizi we bazisanga ojjukira nti abagungu n'abaliisa bakubagana nti nyefunza n'agenda n'abakuba emiggo n'abajjayo. Wherever oil was discovered
wabeerawo obuzibu
waliwo uprising. Bo tebasasula banyaga bunyazi bo bokka be balina okubeera ne ssente mu nsi. That's my quarrel with them. Nti n'akatono n'akange 5 billion eziise mu office nazo baziggyemu embwa bagikanyuga kasasiro ojirikiti. I cannot go to jirikiti. Jirikiti are for dead dogs, not for people, intelligent people, brilliant people like me. I refused. So when I saw this confusion, Museveni was invited to Nigeria, northern Nigeria, to talk about the importance of refineries.
Of refineries.
Because these Europeans are totally opposed to refineries.
Yes.
Because if you import, you export crude oil, you lose the products.
Definitely.
Fortunately, the CA people put in our constitution that selling unprocessed items in Uganda is unconstitutional. That would make the basis of industrialization.
Industrialization.
You process.
Raw material. You have to sell a finished good.
Naye babibba bagaana kubanga for example maize bean kana akakuta ate ke kasinga obugimu kyakyo bamuwa embizi
bamuwa nkoko bamuwa biki
ate baagala bitwala ki ate bali bafunemu. That's why Museveni coined a saying whenever he went the Africa donate yabageranga ekikopo kya Chinese kafani coffee avamu. Museveni told the Chinese to drink coffee. Baiti banywa kikawa. Abachina banywa. Abachina balina biddo byabwe bwogenda onywa bwerere. Emuli wote.
Onywa bwerere.
Gundi. President tugende India. Tata n'agaana omusika yagamba bwenkebera mu motoka zange sizaba Uganda zegula. The same was raised by Toyota when we went to Japan. Toyota said no. Uganda does not buy my vehicles. What am I going to discuss?
Toyota wane Uganda.
Anti kakati mmwe mbagamba ti agula akasawo ka sukali aka kilo 5 ng'akagula mu supermarket madivani n'emmetta tebamumanyi. Kuba bomu bitabo byabwe.
Bamanyi supermarket eno.
Kakati most of the vehicles we get here nkadde.
Kituufu.
Teziva
Japan direct.
Batumanyi. Toyota yagamba nze mubagule emmotoka zange Uganda teriimu. But Tata said, I hear this man called Museveni is very intelligent. Let me send my 2 sons.
Bogeraganye naye.
Museveni n'agamba nti ngenda bazimbira monument mu Uganda. The moment you export my coffee and turn it into a more product. Coffee alimu emwanyi, coffee alimu kaawa, coffee alimu amasasi. Why do Americans buy this coffee? Oriens mubatereke emwanyi zaabwe.
Okay.
Mulimu oyinza okugenda mu winda nga badidde coffee beans bazitadde mu kasawo n'okatambula nako. Tezigwamu gundi ebugumu. Abaganda twali tuzimanyi lwali bido. Buli Muganda yalina akaddiyeemu ngabeera ne ekibinika kya caayi enkoto.
Jajjange naye akabika kabeera kaawa buli kaseera.
Bagikyagira. Akatta mukago mwanyi. Teddira emwanyi emu emuddira omusaayi gwammwe. So coffee beans, the British found here growing coffee. Era ne Museveni yagamba nti wakebera nads coffee plantation has picked up. Why? Do you need to tell him Muganda? Bali babirezi bamala kebera taka
bako certificate
era banoonya monopoly
bako certificate.
Can you teach Uganda to grow coffee?
Kyabadde alima ebbanga lyonna
era bakiyingiremu babbe
kugenda kusomesa mulalo okukama Mzee Tamale
obusuma
kusomesa mulalo okukama nte
equals downfall. If you tell when Museveni yabawa sente kugundi wano ku paka yard nebatwala Museveni support center bamala basomesa nembaga you were stupid. If a cattle keeper like me loses his cows because of gone
drought,
do you now teach me if abalunzi b'ente tukiyita kusumbuusa tibaganda bange ab'engoma bampa recently abanyankole bampa ente 5 kakati ente zange bwe ziba ziweddewo munnange nampa. Can you teach me how to milk? How can you teach a man who has been trading in Pakayand to train him
okola business?
Abasajja mubye muli babbiyo nebimala ozitwala mu support center nebizikubulamu treasury bills sente Museveni z'abawadde not immediately bamala kutambula bamala zikanunulamu abantu bagamba nti Museveni ali
Mzee Tamale, that's why buli president gyaleeta nadzi simanya baani gaba sente kola biki
bwate bayinza ate babe
sente zijiro dali osobola kutambula kukola president nampamvu
babe bennyini baba ayagala agwe akuba Museveni namuhoozi wali wayagala ng'obujjawa embweseka
mbwateseka.
This man who wants to rule this country, it is comparable to training a dog to laugh. Embwateseka tekirimirirawo ku nsi mu kabuli ne mu talifuga ku ggwanga lye atujoze bujozi awo akomye ku bujozi kakati nkubulira ne gamba this is the trend nti gundi waliwo companies bazitunda shares we are getting a gundi shares ne badduka to get investment is not easy kuba Museveni's stand egamba refinery part of the kubanga what is Nigerian sea ya musanvu a quarter of Nigerian oil is stolen by the military to Brazil waliwo pipeline mu gundi mu nyanja ate teri president wa Nigeria akwata ku pipe eyo bamuttirawo Nigerians are poor having oil does not mean that
bagenda kugaggawana
Nigerian si ya musanvu amafuta aba Nigeria bagagula Cameroon. So I sat down and wrote this.
Mzee Tamale, before you go to the book, President Mugabe emphasizing anyo refineries.
Yes.
Wana tukoze tutya.
Wani wafu. Ejja kubeerawo.
When?
But it does not
mean pipeline gagana fuluma katambule.
Ejja kubaga Benton. Why? Tukiita tutya. Tukiita you can bring a kilogram of sugar from Brazil. Nagula singi bitano. Nguwa Uganda likumeka. These companies are not enjoying, we have it in economics. Not a competitive advantage. But we call them what of scale. Economies of scale.
Economies of scale, yeah.
Ntikakati gali amakampuni ge Brazil kaina new technology gagundira dda. Vietnam kati yesinga okulima mwanyi wayi. Bube bali memwanyi zaabwe bazikolanga abaganda bakolanga olutyatira lwa sementi esaaku twakiteyita mu buyisi bweti ezengedde zeziyiika bano ne bayoola si kulwana na miti kakati once you apply technology, new technology, things become cheaper.
So do you expect to have a refinery enough for any?
Era oil bajja musimagolinga nti Kenya yakoze reserve esinga obunene naye nga mukula akoze ekimeeri kye kyataddeko kabaka. Where are they going to get this crude oil? Not theirs. Kati over smugglers.
Okay.
You will find that our oil prices will be higher. Ate abantu bayombe. Bati babayino chuletinzi.
Amafuta tusubira kuwandigana kagenda kubaga yongera weyo.
Investment impia. We are new producers. We are not like Saudi Arabia. Who have been in the game for many years.
Okay.
And wande kakataba kangana nemba gamba. Is it nasoka wana nemba gamba. Ever since President Yoweri Museveni publicly revealed about Uganda's oil potential and plans for its commercial production, we have never had peace again. The oil issue has taken center stage in the country's body politic. What flabbergasts me is when the president initially made this disclosure, the opposition dismissed it as a mere politicking and a calculated to votes. When Museveni announced that we had discovered oil, the opposition dismissed it, that Uganda had no oil, and that Museveni was using it to move voters.
Yali just strategy ya kubanti na winning mitima jabo ndo
the same group that is today struggling in inverted commas to safeguard the country's oil resource went as far as claiming that our oil deposits were contaminated by poisonous substance, making it impossible for commercial exploitation. What I've explained earlier. At that time, even the foreign friends in inverted commas, who today want to ensure that the proceeds from the oil wells benefits all Ugandans, did not take interest. The Europeans are going to come to dictate on you.
How are
you going to use this oil? Are you going to use it to buy arms?
Can't we
Neighboring countries can determine which government is in Uganda. If you give it oil resources, is it going to invade us? Oil is an international issue. That's why oil cases are handled only in Britain, in London. Balimba Museveni one, ne bekolera ekisango kyabwe, ne bagenda e Bungereza, ne babba ne beesasula. Handshake. And I told that woman, oye yali mu Revenue Authority, ne mugamba nti one day you will go to Karamoja and rear cows and stay in the Manyata, instead of these high place repose houses. Aliruddawo. Namugamba omukazi ono, where do you find Uganda Revenue Authority clearing government bills? Sente bazijja mu revenue ekolekiti. One day kati aliruddawo. Olumala okukozesa basula ku jirikiti embwa yaabwe neewuja ne badduka. The moment you learn about these people, the mafia gang, mujja kubeera nga nze. I started this group because I worked closely with them for 14 years.
Gwina kubanga okozesebwa boni bayitawo tebalabikako.
You are either hunting a dog for them or a slave and master. Era bo bamanyi tikakati abaana badda mu ssomero weewumbeko ogenda osabeyo. Somebody said Mirundi is a nuclear bomb. You have also tested your poor Mirundi. If you think I'm poor, nkuwa niko obugulu embukuba bonna nembumalawo ejogo lyonna nendio nemba kamulanga ebyenda byembuzi
kale tugende maaso.
There were also attempts to create diplomatic tension between Uganda and the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. The DRC raised territorial claims intended to delay or sabotage the oil exploitation process. Some of our foreign friends, inverted commas, suggested that Uganda oil could not be exploited without a formal joint venture with the DRC. The president has usually remained focused and through diplomacy defeated baleta ekisajja nekigamba president amafuta olaba bamaze omugamba nti gali Congo nekimugamba nti nsobola okukyusa ensalo ya Uganda n'agamba amafuta
negabiranga gali mu Uganda.
Yagamba omusajja n'amugamba yuwe genda nomusuma waabwe n'abagamba Geographical Society yaliwo dda byaggwa ate nakyusage Colombia bakirese sebo kiri awo kitudde akabbi galiwa Museveni alabye abasuma nakola mu state abasuma nayo obusuma obujo plus obujozi yikoze downfall where you have once you eliminate the banyambi bwemukyefuuyira mukiwunyira kakati bamwekka kubanga abanyampi twagenda mwatugoba ne tugenda kati bwe mukyenyampira mukyewunyira mwe mukinuusa mwekka. This is the crisis in the government. The banyampi left would be blamed for certain things. Kakati nkugamba many commentators have advanced arguments, some of which are childish and laughable. They say oil wells is a curse and that this is what is haunting our young oil sector today. My submission is that the view is unscientific and therefore false. What do they mean by oil curse?
But you also said akatabu kagamba the oil curse.
Oil curse.
Yes.
I said, is it a curse or a myth? Once you any item, let us ask, if you get a salary loan and you misuse it, what wagasajja gayaye platinum gabbi nango nkubira simu mujagala salary loan me. I have been telling these thieves and they operate inside this company, this telephone company. I'm richer than your bank, my friend. Never ring me again. To stop with them with the police, those who call them platinum Musmani word. I had to shout obscenities about their mothers. We exchanged the obscenities with the Ekuluku. And since then you have never rang me to look for salary loan. Me.
Where salary atengo jiji.
Which salary?
Which salary?
Kati gali mbagagera mugundi kabakubira amasimu. Ate wali wagasajja era nago gali omumunda. Bakubesimu ne kagamba mwe namba zikyusiddwa. Busente bwonna buli ku ssimu. Ng'ojimpa nga mpeereza virus. Ba nga nkuttirawo. Ng'obubbi mbumalawo.
Kale tugende.
It is true that in many African countries where oil has been discovered, it has caused trouble and generated excitement which has attracted foreign intervention. But this cannot be described as a curse or a pest, for it would affect whoever has it. Like now COVID. COVID has affected all of us.
Yes,
so if a resource that is scattered in different countries, Britain has been exploiting oil in the North Sea. In fact, at one time, Britain and Germany almost went to war over Uganda.
Britain and Germany.
Karl Peters had put the Uganda under Germany rule.
Yeah.
When you go to Berlin, all the countries that were once under Germany rule have streets. There is a Uganda street in Berlin. Yes.
Okay.
Kakati, to avoid the war, they swapped. Britain surrendered the Heligoland Island, full of oil. It tells you how important Uganda was to Britain. Was.
Yawaya mafuta kiziga kinama kika mafuta. Nenga Germany twale ekyo.
Heligoland agreement.
Nze ndekera Uganda.
For avoiding going to war over Uganda.
Uganda nga tuli bamaanyi. Tumanyi ekitiibwa kyaffe.
Nabagamba, when you say beautiful woman with the well-axed brains, with a still head, her private parts suffer.
A beautiful woman. Oba nga temuli. Omuwala kaalaala. Naye amagezi takola ki?
Tayina.
Ebitundu byekyama bibonaabona.
Bibakuba. When you have a country they don't value it, what happens?
Banansi bakola ki?
Exploit it. Yes, you must know that I'm like
but who is to blame?
Political science tukugamba, know yourself.
Who is to blame?
Know yourself so that nobody can humiliate you. Know yourself, know your commercial and political value.
But who is to blame?
Tamale? An ambassador, no. But I work as a minister, no. Manyiba minister, bananyini baba musente, baki tutu bavu. Na yeba chetutu ya jo kwatibwa. Nga baba uzibaza million ya binaze baba. Taina na muti wabu. I cannot be a minister. I cannot be an ambassador. I cannot be in the president's office. I can work independently.
Okay.
Yes. Tuchita commercial value. Know your commercial and political value. If you don't know yourself, then they will humiliate you. Bakujja wano nga bakajja nga fuuka furniture nga bakijja mu kisenge nga bakijje tugwe housewife bakujje mu matrimonial bed bakutadde mu ddiiro iwe visitor kati bakujje bakutadde mu boys quarter iwe shamba man kakati bakujjeyo bakutadde mu kiyungu kati oli matooke kati ate bajja kujjayo bakutwale mu toilet ojja kufuuka toilet paper. Fight here, don't move me from here. I go home. In political and commercial value, you first know yourself. Uganda doesn't know itself.
We know
what determines a country's influence in the international arena, its geographical position, its population, foreign policy, the type of leaders, and the body politic.
How type of leaders, foreign policy, body politic. Who is to blame for that?
Natural resources.
Uganda exploited.
Constitution ya mulimu objectives is a gwanga. Do you know them? America must be in the driving seat. America kuliko dola yawe kuliko pyramid ya Misiri. Why? Every American president must put a layer ku pyramid ye etali yawe. Yes. Kakati nkugamba nti another pertinent issue nkugamba this to me is paramount. Why hasn't it caused trouble in Norway? Norway is one of the largest producers of oil. And bagagga nnyo and other developed systems. Therefore, the inclusion of Norway is enough to invalidate the argument of oil wells being a curse. Another pertinent issue to address is the sincerity of our foreign friends in inverted commas about equal distribution of oil proceeds among Ugandans. We may have to first to examine their conduct in relation to other products of export value since the colonial period. Did we, as Africans, for example, get a fair share in the cotton and coffee trade equitably? If we did not benefit from it, can they now dictate on us on which areas of priority we should use oil resource? This is the problem in Africa. They dictate to you, I am waiting for World Bank. How are you going to use oil resources? Cotton growing was introduced to Africa as a result of the Minority Doctrine, under which the younger United States of America destroyed the European colony masters from Latin America. Manoli yabagobayo. Manoli yagoba of America. Yagoba European countries, France, Spain, and Latin America is for exploitation. Whoever has read The Rise of America as a Superpower, you know this very well. So the Europeans decide where, because they did not have where to take a slaves, they decided to okugulawo farm yago ndio jiyagama njagala nkole farm. So they kept us in our colonies as slaves. What has changed? They had reduced the cost of taking us. Era twaddawa
nibatukosera kyekimu
ate ne bakiyimbira
kitwandikoze eri twakikolera wane.
Who stopped the slave trade? Sir Wilberforce. Sir Wilberforce. The British Parliament passed this motion 3 days before, a few days before Wilberforce died. The man who had been championing Washington kept slaves in the White House. Maybe bw'oba tubasoma political economy obisobola. Kakati nkugamba nti amafuta
nga tugomba omumensogoza amafuta.
Kamba malizi.
Okay.
Nabaga nti stand ya Museveni etuleetera ekizibu ku mafuta. Why? They don't want an African country to have a refinery. You will wake up other sleeping dogs. And the president, when we went to Nigeria to address, when I take it, Museveni, a city changed from $1. By the time Museveni started talking, it has rose to $1,000. So kulira Museveni.
Okubira president ayogera.
Yes.
President Museveni.
Yes.
Ngulina okugula akatebe.
Anti nga bana batudde bakeerawo.
$1,000.
Lwatuka ku $1,000 nga buli omu ekifo akiwa munne. By the time the rich people came, ng'entebe bazituddeko nga bagula bano abaliko.
One in Uganda, it is vice versa.
The importance of because we are using the Chadian example. Mu Chad, baina refinery. But Gaddafi couldn't allow Chad to have peace. Baina border jebalwani anzu. What we call phosphates nyingi. So it is the interest of the neighboring countries to ensure that the Chad is not stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Era mu abazungu temanyi babala. What the Americans did in Afghanistan is what the French have done in Mali. They have left. Tukugambye teesa ne banno oganye. Fe tufe. Embali batiddeyo Abafalansa abawere 10 years. Bamujahidini bote batya kufa. And machines, they have sophisticated machines, cannot work in the sun. Foreign region wars, the invisibility of the French foreign region wars have been decisively defeated, exposed in Mali, like in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Kati ekyo kitegeeza trend. Mubaga ateesa n'ogaana.
Mubaga ateesa n'ogaana. Kiddako bakale.
Bayinza okuaminga bali.
Kazaabike.
Because these French men banyaabwe bagaanye. Ne Soviet Union bwekyali. Abakazi badda ku nnyanja ne batandika okukabira abaana baabwe. Abajaasi emitwalo 15. Soviet Union gyatwala mu Afghanistan baddiranga mu bbaasi. Eyali pulezidenti wa Afghanistan Najibullah baali tebamubuulidde nti bagenda. Yali adduka bamukwatira ku airport banene bamugamba nti gundi tojja kudduka. Yaddukira tukyagwetaaga. Yaddukira mu Russian embassy bumujahidini ne bumujjamu abatalibaani. Lwaki gwadduka?
Lwaki odduka?
Naye buno obulenzi tebujja kudduka. Bwakubeera wano baba bajja kububetentera n'entwe zaabwe ne kagira entoweko ne buli waliwo kano akazungu akati ne kajoga buli muntu waliwo wano abajoza ensi bagikubye ne bagiteeka ku ttaka paka lwe balumba.
Twestandi ya president
kakati nkugamba nti we have been made the confusion in Uganda's oil. We have been made to believe that oil is an important commodity, forgetting that it is an exhaustible resource. And many countries have it or have had it but have remained poor. This is because such countries did not make proper plans and easily yielded to foreign pressure. Again, in Central Africa, all countries in Central Africa had oil. They were taken by Petrofina, a French company. The government having oil that it is
Tamale. Munaganda badde asanyuka agamba tufunye amafuta katufune ku buweerero awo agenda kufuna emirimu nafu tufune kasente
muganda ng'agenda kunjingira nkubira n'essimu si Katumba bamuyita ndi musajja munyolo si Kabakumba sajja yange somebody should ring me the former permanent secretary bamwenda gwe bajjamu ne baleeta omuvubuka
bakakuweereze mu message okafune
gundi bamujja mu Victoria University ne bamuleeta ne bamugamba omuntu nagenda ewuwe nga naye akaawa bamuwa advisor n'abugwana ne mukwata mu ngalo oli omusijja n'oli omusijja n'oli omusijja obwa advisor tugendayo n'oli omusijja yes nemugaa tugendayo n'oli omusijja kakati singa fututula ne bakusaasira gwe kusaasira omukazi Kadulubaale aludde mu maka ayita bwereere ebyapa bidudde ku gomesi ye gwe ng'osaba olugoye olupya oli mugwagwa
omukadde
gw'olina obutaasa bubiri nti ono ayina kamu gw'osanzeewo
omukadde aka ali bubi talina olugoye talina wadde kadde empya ogamba kugulire
omukwano gange ayinza okuba nga mbuulira musajja ani
nga tukyagenda mu maaso
kakati gwe kusaasira walisoose kutunuulira Kadulubaale yanyirira
gwensanzeewo
Kadulubaale gomesi ejjudde biraka nga gwosaba bwebangulire gomesi 3 Abaganda bagamba bweyogeza ng'olwano bako bwampe omwenge baleeta ekita ky'omwenge nzireyo ogwakugula yali nkali sente ze bakuwanga ojja tewamala kubala ojejemberaani ffe twabatunulira nga muli ya sente ffe batuwayo 10 walaba nze bampa ffe twali tubamanyi
bemukola mu bamanyi yembeera yeeyo
political science tukita systems analysis yes nti omukazi azze mu maka must understand ti omusajja wa wano bwe mukyawagana guba atya ti gomesi
ligwerawa
mugenda mutya you have people to consult ti NRM
isasula etya
kubanga ye NRM ya lutalo is a revolutionary party every is war
okay
NRM that revolutionary political parties don't engage in politics every day no once there is an election they muscle resources after an election the mobilization will you be here today you benefited because they deceived themselves. Bulingi bayimbi to fight fellow bayimbi. And you people have